Good evening, friends. Are you being fooled by certain argumentative people? And are you interested to expose certain logical fallacies? So it's commonly what happens is you may fail to think smarter and you may fail to spot logical fallacies instantaneously and you get fooled. So let's try to understand how this game being played by scrupulous argumentative people and how to guard ourselves. In a world filled with opinions, biases, and half-truths, how do you separate fact from fiction? How do you strengthen your reasoning, sharpen your arguments, and see through deception? Welcome to our channel, Praranathara Dr. Devi Ramanamurthy, PhD Official, an initiative of Ramadevi Foundation, Hyderabad. In this video podcast, we break down the most common logical fallacies, helping you think smarter, debate better, and make sound decisions. Stay tuned till the end, because knowledge is power and clear thinking is the key to success. What are then logical fallacies? Logical fallacies are errors in reasoning that weaken your arguments. Why an understanding of these logical fallacies are important? Yes, one, this understanding helps in identifying flawed arguments in debates and media and decision making, and it strengthens critical thinking and reasoning. For example, a politician claims, if you don't support my policy, you don't care about the country. This is a very clear false dilemma, fooling the people. Let's examine the categories of logical fallacies here. Logical fallacies fall into three broad categories. One is fallacies of relevance, using unrelated information to prove a point. Second is fallacies of ambiguity, using very vague and misleading language. And third are fallacies of presumption, making unrealistic assumptions without valid evidence. For example, a company claims our product is the best because we say so. This is a circular reasoning argument, fooling the people. Next, fallacies of relevance, ad hominem, attacking the person instead of addressing the argument. For example, when a student argues for better educational policies and see someone responding, you are just a student. You don't know anything about policy making. It's just attacking the person rather than the argument put forward. Another case in point here is a famous scientist proposes a climate change solutions and critics dismiss them by attacking personal beliefs instead of discussing the science. This is a personal attack. Fallacies of relevance, straw man argument. It is a clear case of misrepresenting an argument to make it easier to attack. For example, the original statement goes like this: we should have better environmental laws. The distorted version can be, they want to ban all industries and destroy the economy. This is a clear case of straw man argument of fallacy of relevance. Another case in point is that most of the time, political debates often twist opponents' words to mislead voters. Then fallacies of relevance appeal to emotion. Let's see how it works. Using emotions instead of logic to persuade. For example, charity ads using only sad images without discussing the real solutions. A case in point again here is a politician says, imagine your children's future if you don't take action now. This is a clear case of appealing to emotion without providing actual policy details. Next is fallacy of ambiguity, equivocation, that is using a word with multiple meanings misleadingly. For example, laws cannot be broken. Gravity is a law, so it must be unbreakable. Another case in point here is marketing slogan says like this: natural ingredients, 100% healthy. This is a misleading claim, as natural does not always mean healthy. Fallacy of ambiguity, false dilemmas, presenting only two choices when more of them exist. For example, you either support this policy or you hate progress. A case in point here that a CEO tells employees, either you work overtime or the company fails. Another type is fallacies of presumption, having arguments having a very circular reasoning. They use conclusions as evidence. For example, the news is true because I read it on a reliable website. It is reliable because it is always tells the truth. It always tells the truth. Another case in point is a company advertises our toothpaste is the best because it is the most popular. These are the examples of most circular roundabout reasoning. Fallacies of presumption again, hasty generalizations sometimes. Say drawing a conclusion based on insufficient evidences. For example, I met one rude person from New York. Everyone from New York must be rude. This is a hasty generalization. Another case in point is a failed startup leads someone to believe that startups never succeed. This is also a clear example of very hasty generalizations. Then fallacies of presumption, slippery slope category. That means arguing that one small step will lead to extreme consequences. For example, if we allow students to use calculators, they will stop thinking and fail in life. This is a slippery slope note. Another case in point is that a country bans a book, fearing it will cause complete societal collapse. This is also a slippery slope of fallacy of presumption. Logical fallacies in media and advertising, most of the time we see. Say, for example, news headlines, sensationalizing stories to provoke emotions in people. Then advertisements read, 4 out of 5 dentists recommend this brand without giving any full data. For example, a weight loss advertisement claims, lose 10 kg weight in a week guaranteed. This is a clear case of hasty generalization and false costs and claim. Logical fallacies in business and workplaces again. Say, for example, hiring decisions. Say a recruiter says he went to the top university, so he must be the best candidate. This is something like appealing to authority. Then is an example of corporate communication. If you don't buy our product, you are missing out. This is a clear case of fear appeal. For example, a manager assumes that one bad employee mistake means the whole department is incompetent. This is again very hasty generalization, as things happen in work-life scenarios. How to identify and avoid logical fallacies is a very important point for us to consider. One is critical thinking. Question the logic behind arguments. Then ask for evidence. What proof supports this claim? and recognize emotional manipulations. Check if emotions are replacing facts. For example, before believing a political statement, check if it is biased on data or is it based on data or just a rhetoric speech. So try always strengthening your reasoning. Logical fallacies weaken arguments, please note, and mislead people always. Recognizing them enhances decision making and debate skills. Always question, analyze, and reason critically. So, mastering logical fallacies is not just about winning the arguments, it's about navigating life with clarity and confidence. Now that you know how to spot flawed reasoning, use this knowledge to make better choices every day. If you found this video valuable, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on critical thinking and personal growth. Keep questioning, keep learning, and keep thinking logically. See you in the next insightful video. Until then, take care, keep smiling. Thank you, and good luck.